Hey guys, Nightwing450 here, and welcome back to Kreedz Climbing, Gamer vs. Gravity. Today I'm going to be redoing the tutorial. The reason why I'm redoing the tutorial is last episode in Kreedz Climbing I've said that I'm going to come back and redo it. Maybe they made some updates to the tutorial. If not, then I'm just doing it for the achievement. And also trying to replace the old Kreedz Climbing tutorial that I did, because I kind of cringe every time I watch it and it's somehow getting famous. So here I go. So, if those who don't know Kreedz Climbing, it's all about parkour. Well, it depends on what you like. There's bunny hopping, there's jumping, parkour, I said parkour already, checkpoints, pressing X. You like checkpoints, right? You gotta respawn. And yeah.
Welcome to the official Kreedz Climbing tutorial map. I am Soulfather, the executive producer and lead level designer, and I'm here to help you learn the standard disciplines of the game. In each room, you will see these cute floating blue bubbles. Press the use key while facing them to listen to a tutorial for that specific room or stage. If a room seems impossible to complete, hit the bubble again and really listen closely to the things I say. Your next bubble is close to the start timer in this room. Press it to find out how our timer system works. I wish you the best of luck and a lot of fun on your way to setting world record times on our awesome Kreedz climbing courses.
Yeah, except you're
Kreedz climbing has a unique climb timer system. It keeps track of your elapsed time as you take the challenge of any course in the game. Next to this bubble is a typical start timer. At the end of the entire course of all disciplines, you will find the stop timer. Simply press the use key while facing the button to start or stop the timer. Keep in mind though, you do not have to use the timers unless you want to see how fast you can manage each course. This entire map is a single course. If you can manage the whole thing in one run, you're probably a natural talent for the game.
There's some maps in the custom games that you have to start the timer. Hey buddy.
Learning the duck. This is a basic part of the jumping discipline. Here you will learn two things. First is jumping up to a 63 unit high block, which requires a special duck jump. 3 keys need to be pressed simultaneously to perform a duck jump. The duck, jump, and forward keys.
Yeah.
If done right, reaching the first block in this room should be easy. The second thing you will learn is the regular forward jump, which may or may not require a duck at the end of your flight time, depending on how high the next jump is. Once you're on the first block, face the next highest one. Run forwards and then simply jump. Once you've pressed the jump key, it is imperative that you let go of the forwards key while you fly through the air. Now make your way to the door at the top of the room.
So I'm just going to let him talk because I'm actually not a pro at this game.
Learning to jump. This room is just like the first, but we will practice our jump accuracy now. Jump to the lowest block you see in the water and face towards the next highest one. Back up using the duck or walk keys for control of movement. Looking down will make it easier to position yourself. You will notice how you can take up a position partially off the back end of the block. This also applies to the front of the block too, so you will be attempting to jump just after the last pixel. Use the full space of the block to gain as much speed as you possibly can and then jump. And don't forget to let go of the forwards key and press duck, if necessary, before you land. If you follow these directions to the T, the jumps will not be hard for you.
Yep.
Block positioning is everything in this game, especially on the smaller ones. Now make your way to the end of the tunnel and don't give up.
Yep. I'm trying to show you guys what he means.
Learning the surf. Time for some fun. A surf is a sharply angled block that you can slide on. To surf, use only the left or right strafe keys and steer yourself with mouse look. Never use the forward, back, or duck keys on a surf. If the surf is on your left, hold the left strafe key to stay on it. Respectively, a surf block on your right requires the right strafe key. Looking down the surf will speed you up, and looking up the surf will slow you down. Now simply run off the edge in front of you without jumping, and in ski or snowboard style, surf your way through the 3 gates. If you pass all 3 correctly, the door at the bottom will open. Entering it will release some special Kreedz climbing magic that will take you back to the lobby. If you don't make it, there's another teleporter to take you back to the top for another attempt. Go, go, go!
Yep.
Learning head blockers. Head blockers are mean little things that require the absolute best of timing. As you learned in the learning to jump room, using the last pixel of the block to jump from is of utmost importance, especially on head blockers. It is easiest to do this with jump also bound to the mouse wheel up or down. Now run forward off the first block and try to jump and duck at the same time, but as late as possible. If you fail, it's most likely because you're jumping too soon. It is not easy and may take some time to understand just how late you actually have to jump. Imagine your head must be clear of the ceiling before jumping. If you make all 3 platforms, you'll be sent back to the lobby.
Yay.
Learning the strafe. Strafing, or even multi-strafing, is without a doubt the most important thing to master in Kreedz climbing. This room's gravity is pretty low. With low gravity, it's easier to understand how a strafe works. With each section of this room, the gravity will get closer to the game's standard. A good tip to help you learn this quicker is to set your mouse sensitivity to a low number like 3 or 4. When you get onto the first block, look for the red arrows. They show you the required flight path to make this jump. Run forward along the arrow and jump while letting go of forwards. Press your right strafe key at the same time and slowly turn your mouse gradually along the flight path as if you're steering yourself in a car around a corner. If you pass all sections of this room, you're basically ready to take on all of our easy maps. This is, however, not the end of your training.
Yeah. Again, I don't get to say anything, guys. I'm just letting the tutorial tell, because I'm not a pro, but I have played a lot of this game.
Learning long jumps. Long jumps are a very difficult concept for a new player in the game to understand. Long jumps are jumps that require multiple air strafes, or multi-strafes, to complete. Get on the block with the 215 units. This jump can actually be done with no strafes at all, but the timing of the jump must be absolutely perfect. Make it easier to reach the other side by adding a single strafe, which gives us more distance by gaining airspeed. To do this, start at the back of the block and run towards the front edge, and shortly before the end, begin to turn your mouse to the left or the right at the moment you need to jump, then let go of the forward key. Perform a strafe in a long, smooth bow to reach the other side. Smooth is the key word here. The mouse movement for this is very slight. This will take some practice, so be prepared to fail multiple times. Long jumping will take more practice than anything else in the game. However, it's rarely required to complete a course. If you do it right, you will make it. A duck at the last second before landing is always a requirement in long jumping.
I never fully mastered this, guys. I still struggle it to this day. Like, to this day, I still struggle.
Learning the bungee. The elastic bungee has 2 types, free and limited. The limited bungee rope requires special bungee targets to attach to. The bar above this pit is one of those bungee targets. Bungees have different lengths and slack speeds, which control how fast the slack pulls in or lets out when using the jump and duck keys respectively. Your secondary fire key will shoot the bungee at the target, and pressing E will cut the connection. Run towards the edge of the pit and jump. Look up at the bungee target and press secondary fire to attach it. You will begin to swing downwards and then back up. Press the E key when you find yourself higher than the platform on the other side, and land there safely to complete stage 1 of the bungee tutorial.
Pop.
In this second part, we're going to do the same thing as in the first part, but we're going to do it twice before we land. That means we're going to connect, swing, on the way back up, disconnect, connect to the second one, swing, and on the way back up, disconnect again, and land on the far platform. The final stage of the bungee course has a very high ceiling, allowing for a good high launch. Your bungee has been changed and is now also much longer. Jump off and fall away before attaching, but this time hold the backwards key to keep yourself away from the bungee target. Just holding the back key for a while, you will notice how you just bounce up and down at the attached rope length. Get a feeling for this bounce. At the very bottom of a bounce, let go of the backwards key and press and hold both jump and the forwards key. Keep holding them until you reach the same height as the bungee target itself. At this very moment, you have maximum upward speed and should cut the rope with E to get the most out of the launch and just enjoy the flight. Depending on when you make that change from backwards to forwards and cut the bungee, you can launch yourself under or over the bar. Either way, you're going to get a large launch and will most likely be able to skip many of the targets that lay before
Yeah.
you. Remember that while in the air, you can actually hold the secondary fire to make sure that when you aim at it, you'll automatically attach to the next target.
Yep.
Once you get a feel for a good launch, a perfect release, some good flying, and a reattach to the next bungee target, you'll find it easy to reach the final platform. As with all things, it just takes a little bit of practice. Make it a goal to beat this part of the course with only 3 or 4 attachments. It is possible. Combine what you've learned, and while flying, do multiple strafes to try and get yourself going a little faster and a little further. Just have some fun and enjoy your flight.
Yeah. Bungee's always fun. Pop.
Learning flare. Flare shooting is pretty self-explanatory. First thing is to locate and recognize a flare target. Second thing is to realize that in any of our maps or courses, an area that seems as if there's nowhere to go, you might have to look for a flare target to open the door or make some bungee targets appear. In this case, we're going to be using flare targets to make glass walls or floors disappear. Defaulted to G. Use the flare button to shoot a flare at a flare target in each stage of this short course. At the end, you will auto-magically be transferred to the lobby by simply crossing the line on the floor.
Yeah, see. Flare guns is always fun, guys. But this one,
learning bunny hopping.
I don't like.
B-hops. Bunny hopping is one of our most widely used and loved disciplines. B-hops are simply continuous jumping while strafing left and right without ever stopping to take a breath. This is one of the most difficult things to master in the game next to long jumps. Bunny hopping requires a good feel for
a reason.
In this course, you will meet 3 short stages of B-hops. These are special crates that will teleport you back to the start of each stage if you fail a proper B-hop. To start a B-hop run, you will run, then strafe jump in any desired direction. While in the air, you will need to change strafe directions, and upon landing, you simply jump again. The rhythm will be jump, strafe direction change, jump, strafe direction change, jump, and so on. When thinking of music, the jump is on the downbeat, and the strafe direction change is on the upbeat. If your rhythm is perfect, you can tag hundreds of strafe jumps in a chain, in which case, you're truly B-hopping. B-hopping is easiest if you have jump bound to the mouse wheel and keep constantly scrolling
it's set by
while you
default.
strafe left and right. Make sure that as soon as you hit the ground, you're jumping at that very moment. Good luck.
Jump, pressing down wheel is set to jump by default. Down is duck. And all that.
Learning raceways. Raceways are easy. These courses push you along the ground, allowing you to concentrate only on using your WASD, jump, and duck keys to avoid obstacles. To speed up in a raceway, you simply press forwards, and to slow down, you press backwards. Move left and right, jump, or duck to avoid anything in your way. In a common raceway like this, it is impossible to strafe jump or B-hop, but we do have variations of this where B-hopping is possible. You can reach incredible speeds on a B-hop raceway. This particular course covers the simple raceway. Solving this final course means you have gone very far and also means that you have found the end of the Kreedz climbing tutorial. As the executive producer of the game, and on behalf of the Obsession Soft team, we hope you enjoy this non-violent, movement skill-based game. Thank you for downloading. See ya on the servers.
Boom. Congratulations, you just completed. Yay, tutorial completed! Alright. You have ascended to jump. And then there's a bunch of quotes that he makes fun of. Like
learning long jumps.
Bloopers.
Long jumps are very... Learning long jumps. Learning long jumps. Long jumps are extremely difficult. Yeah, they are. Yeah, that's true. Yes. Learning long jumps. Long jumps are a very difficult concept to understand. Fuck, man, my brain's like dead right now. Learning long jumps. Long jumps are very difficult. No, fuck you.
So he it's like a bunch of funny things. You guys could go do that. Do the tutorial. Hey.
Let's concentrate on the task at hand. Right along there. And watch your step.
Yeah. He dead. So, I think they did update it, because I don't remember some of this stuff. I remember this. This is like the primary thing you want to be doing, jumping around. I need to find this suitcase and bring it to Suzanne. Suzanne. I failed the jump. I failed it again. What the? Bunny hop that. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, guys, I can finally talk to you guys because I don't think the tutorial. This is like the forest course they gotta do. It forces you to do it, but you don't have to. I skipped it by accident on my first tutorial and then my second tutorial. I did it. Pick up the suitcase. How's it got a flashlight? I can get my flares on it. Where is it? Oh, well, bomb. Alright. So, I'm just here to just show you guys the tutorial. I do have my thing to show you where, what, like J is to jump, D is to duck. Sit with that. Going out. And do I see any more? Hey.
You made it just in time. We've got to clear out of here before we're discovered.
Half-Life. And we're busted. Wow. And I'm in jail. It's funny, these little stories. So yeah, welcome to Kreedz Climbing. This is, if you guys haven't downloaded it, it's just a good game. I have it in the description as always every time I do a Kreedz Climbing video. I love this game. So he said it's a non-violent game. There's no really a campaign or end goal. They added recently the achievements. This is the reason why I'm coming back to the old stuff. But obviously, I'm not gonna redo all my missions, all my levels I've done so far. I have the flashlight on because I already done it. I know there's one for your eyes only. That level, oof. That is not a good level to start off new players with. Like looking back at it now, that was probably somewhere. That was probably like intermediate. That was not meant for beginners. It had almost everything in it though. Achievement delivery made. Yes. But then I think that's it. I think I'm done with the tutorial. I'm done with the entire tutorial. That's it, guys. This is it. I just did it for the achievements, so if you guys want to, that's pretty much it. If you guys want to go ahead and download it and see if you can beat my time. Obviously, I waited for the guy to talk. Because he knows what he's talking about. I don't know how to explain most of my stuff. It says strafing. Strafing is like literally just weird mechanic that I have not understood how to do. I just know that you have to do something similar like this. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, guys, leave a like. I say leave a dislike. Comment down below, I don't know, remastered or something like that, because I kind of did come back and remaster this. And I guess other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.